for me, working on my home, working on projects, it's all part of my daily life. It's all part of what I'm doing. So I don't know what else I would do. And it's almost like I fall into it and the road opens up. From an athlete standpoint, one of the most freeing things as an athlete is having nothing left to prove. And once I took on that mindset, I think I just got better at a lot of things, because now I'm enjoying it. I look around, I see the beauty in things so much more. And I'm not trying to brag to people about, hey, I climbed this, I did that. I want to be out when I ski. I want to be out there and touch it. I want to smell it. I want to still experience it. I'm not going to do it like I was when I was in my 20s, but I am going to step out onto it, traverse out onto a steep pitch. Even if I traverse back off it, I just want to be able to touch it, relate to that emotion, that piece of me that lived in that time and space at one point. And it's just very freeing to take that. And I think when you talk to Dr. Dan O'Neill, you'll see that he really embodies that himself, that's part of the process. So that idea that I have nothing left to prove has helped my workout regimen tremendously, because now I'm into it for a whole nother reason: sustainability, the longevity of it all, and it just changes everything.
The book title, The Aging Athlete, was something that some people, not all of them, counseled me to amend. The ageless athlete, all of these types of things. And I said, you know what? I honor the fact that you're sharing great marketing ideas, but my intention has to come out in this book. And an athlete is really aging. We're aging every year. So that's the aging I'm talking about. You're different at 1 to 3. You're different between 18 and 22. That's the aging process I'm talking about. And the interviews in my book, and many of these interviews, like the one you're sharing with me today, is about the difference of what we were thinking, how we went about things, what our experience was throughout this aging process. And thank goodness that you and I are still learning. That's my favorite thing out of all the things in living. It's really the learning process. I don't have to learn everything today, but it's nice to learn something new, and maybe 5 new things today that I can use and that I can adapt, or that I can implement into my life, adapt through the other things that I've learned, and then pass on those little things in my YouTube channels, in my conversations, in my interactions, the way I carry myself, learn about myself, improve myself, and master self-mastery. So I love learning. And I love the process of self-mastery. Unlike Bruce Lee, who passed away when he was 32, I get to work on this self-mastery, and now I'm going to be 60 in November. How cool is that, to be working on self-mastery and not popping open a Schlitz or 5 or 20 of those things, thinking about the old days? No, I'm excited about what's going on today, what's going to happen tomorrow. Maybe share with you what your impressions of that walk or that path in life is like.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's, look, you can, you see the effects at the end of the process, right? So, as a builder, a contractor, if you're building a walkway, a foundation, a home, if it's not aligned at the beginning, it's way out of line at the end. And so, those choices, whether it's drinking or otherwise, they rear their head later in life, and me, I survived a mountain storm in Russia that killed 11 people. I was lost in the storm for 38 hours, and a Russian saved my life at 14,000 feet. And the next day we rescued 14 people. And, from that time forward, I walked away from drinking. I walked away. I changed. I had a second shot at life. And I changed everything about how I lived and the preciousness. My friend had died, and so that choice it goes, of course, you probably are into Dan McMillan. I love that, the way of the peaceful warrior. And in that book, Socrates says, effectively, balance is for wimps. Abundance is for champions. Do you want to work out so you can eat ice cream? Is that your goal? You can have a little good and a little bad, or do you want to work out so you can like have greatness? And I think that's an important thing. When you're caught up in balance, I don't know if you're going anywhere. I just don't know.